Alright, welcome to another episode of Hex Techs Decktechs. Um, I am Mantic, and with me is, once again, is our friend Endormi.
Hey,
So, we're gonna go ahead and go through our deck list here. I guess I'll start. Uh, today I'm gonna be playing a Wild Diamond Shinhair deck. Um, it's only running 21 resources, but the deck has a moderately low curve. Um, so it's not too much of an issue with this deck. I'm running Monica Shin because I want to create battle hoppers. Um, I'm running uh, the Ritualist of the Spring Litter um, because its effect is I can whenever I would create Shin Hair, it creates that many +1, so I can get extra uh, battle hoppers out of my champion power. I can also get extra battle hoppers out of Runs of the Litter. I'm running 4 copies of that. Creates 2 battle hoppers, puts them into play. I'm running 4 Conky Bunny, again, creating battle hoppers. This one's pay 1, exhaust another Shin Hair to create a battle hopper. And then um, I'm alongside the battle hoppers, I'm running a bunch of effects that will pump up the battle hoppers. So I'm running 4 copies of Evolve. Each troop gets permanent +1/+1. I have 2 Bucktooth Commander in there, kind of round out the deck. Gives all your other Shin Hair +1/+1. I have 3 Oath of Valor. Though if I had a 4th in my collection, because trading's not implemented yet, I would probably put a 4th one in because as it enters play, you name a troop and they all get a +2/+2 while it's in play. So you usually name Battle Hopper with that. Um, Another pump option I have is Onslaught, though it's a bit on the higher end, which is why I'm only running 2, but it's a nice finisher. It's troops you control get +3/+3 and crush for the turn. So that's good synergy. I have the Braves are in there just to kind of uh, help me get the wild thresholds I need for the Onslaught and the commanders that I'm running. Everything else is single threshold. A little heavier on the wild side because most of the deck is wild. And then I have a few diamond cards. You already saw the Oath of Valors. I'm also running 4 Scriveners here because whenever a troop enters play under my control, I gain 1 health. So with all the battle hoppers I'm creating in the Spring Litter Ritualist and my champion power and things, I end up with a lot of troops entering the battlefield area. And then I got um, 4 copies of Incantation of Righteousness. It says anytime I would gain health, I get a incantation counter on it. Um, Once I get to 5, I get a Sentinel of Light, which is a 4/4 life drain troop for 2. That says if you have 20 or more health, all your other troops get a +2/+2. So that's my other source of pump in the deck. It works really well considering how many uh, troops I have and how much life I'm gaining off of all of those troops entering play. And then I'm also running 4 copies of the Sensei as a way to get through my deck quicker and basic cantrip. And then he's also a Shin Hair and a 1/1 body, so any trigger Scrivener. So that's why he's in the deck. So that's pretty much the main deck. If we go over to the reserves, I kind of threw something together. I figured Solitary Exile is a pretty good answer to a lot of, very flexible removal spell. You can use it to get rid of basically anything in play, so pretty good. Constants, troops, whatever the case may be. I have 4 copies of Shield Trainer. Um, Basically any troop I play after him gets +1 defense. So I feel like he comes in matchups where my opponents might be playing some kind of Ruby deck that has burn and or heat waves. I want to be able to keep my troops out of range of some of their removal options. It also helps against blood decks that might be running Sorrow or Zerd as their champion. It can keep things like key cards like the Spring Litter Ritualist alive uh, after a Zerd activation. So Shield Trainer comes in for those matchups. I have Pegasus because it's another way for my deck to gain life to trigger the incantation, and it's also a 2/1 evasive troop. So in matchups where I feel like I might be in a mirror or another matchup where they're creating a lot of tokens, maybe like against a dwarf deck where they have a bunch of worker bots, I might want to side this in as an option to get in damage and evade their line of defenders. And then the last cards in the sideboard are 3 copies of Repel. It's just a way of me to have some sort of removal for a deck that's able to get out threats faster than I can build up my board position and create a winning board state. So that's pretty much it for my reserves. So we'll go ahead and take a look at Endormi's deck. What do you got for us, Endormi?
So today I'm playing a Ruby World aggro deck, and the core of the deck is basically the 12 1-drops and just pump spells. So on the 1-drop slot we have 4 Cotton Tail Ronians. Basically we use this as the 1-drop 8/12 in quality wise. It means it can start attacking for 2 on the third attack, well on the second attack, but on the third turn if we play it on turn 1. And after that it basically makes it like a 2-power 1-drop after the fourth attack. So as a turn 1 play, he's really solid. It's not amazing as the game goes on, but we really do want to keep a high amount of one resource threats. So the other 1-drops we have is, one of them is Gastral. 1/1 with Crush for 1, that whenever you play a Ruby card, gets permanent +1/+1, which works really well with the rest of the deck. Unfortunately, it does not get +1/+1 through the Boca Hero Power activation, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's still really solid. It can actually finish games super quick, as it makes our, for example, our Crushing Blows +3/+3, Burning Troop. It's also show the +3/+3. So it's overall super good. And as the last 1-drops we have Savage Raider, 2/1 Ruby guy. That's basically, there's not more stuff to choose for the 1-drop, so basically what we have. He's still solid, pumps the Gastral. It's a little bit clunky, but he can just die to just get attack and suicide. But fortunately, we have a lot of pump spells, so even if it seems like a kamikaze attack, they may not block due to the amount of pump spells we have. So before going to the pump spell, we'll go through the other creatures we have. We have 4 Feral Ogres, 4 Ruby Pyromancers, and 4 Nerlabrian Skirmisher with the Ruby of Flame gem. So basically, Feral Ogre is a little bit clunky with the thresholds, but is overall really high of the curve of any other 2-drop we could play in this kind of deck. Basically +1 attack and crush. So it's a little bit clunky, but it's really powerful. Again, the crush works really well with the wild growth, so that's a plus. Ruby Pyromancer, he only gets to buff the Feral Ogres and the Scout and himself, in addition to the hero power, which makes it a nice 2-drop. Also has 2 power and pumps or Gastral, so just a solid 2-drop. And on the third slot we have the Nerlabrian Scout with the Ruby of Flames, as I said earlier. That gives us a little bit of evasion and can just win the game if they really don't play green troops. Just gets bigger and bigger every turn. It could be really problematic. If you don't like the Ruby of Flames, you can also put the Haze Gem. is called Ruby of Haste, I believe. Ruby of Ferocity. To give him haste. It's easier on the threshold, so it's only one ruby instead of two. And it basically means that whenever you can get through, you'll get at least a 3-2 with the haste. So it's totally a possibility. So on the bomb spell department, we have 4 wild growths, 4 crushing blows, and 2 ruby auras. Basically, wild growth and crushing blow really straightforward. We just want to finish the game as quickly as possible. So we'll trade our cards for extra damage. Ruby aura is really good in some decks against some matchups, and it's a little bit terrible against others. So that's why we only play 2 of them. Against small creature decks, or swarms can be really good, especially on Garstrol or the Savage Raider, as they cannot double block effectively, or even just block effectively. It also works really well with a combination of other pump spells. But against bigger troops like Soul Cavalry or stuff like that, it's just not going to matter. So that's we only play 2. Also, the 2 cost is a little bit too much for this deck. We just want to have as many one cost combat tricks and stuff as possible. And just the 4 burns also. It can be used as combat trick to pump the Gastrol, remove a creature. Works really well with the crush of our guys. It kills problematic 2-drops or 1-drops that are key to the magic. For example, can kill Totem. Just really solid, and the only removal we have in the deck. And in the last we have 2 pheromones. We are playing pheromones instead of suppressive fire due to that pheromones can get around the spell seal while suppressive fire doesn't. It also works better against swarm than suppressive fire. The only downside if that does not pump our Gastrol, and we're probably going to sacrifice one of our guys. Although it also can be really nice to clear the board after the 3rd turn. We have a big Gastrol, and just Gastrol the pheromones the Gastrol, and pretty much empty their board. Can be a game-winning play. So that's basically for the main deck. On the sideboard we have 1 suppressive fire, just for the matches that we need a little bit more of a patient, and that suppressive fire can be really good, especially against more mid-range decks that play 1/3 a turn. That is big enough that it's hard for us to get through. It also works well, as we said, with the Nervarian Skirmisher and the Gastrol pumping them. We also are playing 4 Natural Rains on the sideboard, basically for Solitary Exile, Soul Marble, or any other problematic enchantments. It also can, as a bonus, can kill Drew or Terabot, which could be a little bit nasty to get through. The overall super solid, and it make the Solitary Exiles worse. It's fantastic. On the same vibe, we also have 4 Turbulence as another way of removal for this deck. This basically comes in against decks with Vampire King and Angel of Dawn, especially Vampire King. This Vampire King can be just lights out, so we just have to concede and have the Turbulence in there. It's not pretty, but it's just better than just losing to a Vampire King. And I have 4 Berserkers that go with the gem that doesn't have the Skirmisher. So if the Skirmisher has the Ruby of Flames, it will go with the speed. We just usually trade the Skirmisher and the Berserkers depending on the matchup. Like if Scout is not going to get through, maybe we can get the Increased Berserker with haste to get to the 3 points of damage, or vice versa. And just as a little bit a way also to end the game, a little bit of evasion, we have Royal Falconer. This deck has a lot of synergy with Royal Falconer, as basically any pump spell we play on Royal Falconer, it gets triple due to his ability of pumping his own troops. So basically, if we wall growth Royal Falconer, we'll get +9/+9, 3 to the Falconer, 3 to the 1 Falcon, 3 to the other Falcon all the turn. You can just finish the game super quickly. Also gets all the Falcons also get bumped by Pyromancer. So overall, really nice, but it's just a little bit too costly to put on the main deck. Especially, he's also really bad if we are facing a removal heavy deck. But that's the reason we the sideboard. So we are not going to be likely to be able to play him on turn 4. We're only playing with 20 resources, as you can see here. 4 Shells of Fate, and 9 Wild, 9 Ruby. Basically, you want to keep happens with 1 or 2 resources. So you want to be able to work with that. So that's the reason of 4 Shells of Fate. It's not fantastic for aggro. It just slows you, but we really need to have our both thresholds. There's really no better way to do it. So that's basically it. So we should go into the match shortly. We'll see you guys there.
Alright, here we go into game 1. I'll go ahead and challenge Endormi here.
Let's see what the coin flip decides. So we will play first. This hand is okay, I guess. Could be better, but
This hand is really sketchy, but get real lucky here. Usually with this deck, I play pretty crazy hands, just because it's really important for the deck to overwhelm the opponent with aggressiveness. So like having 7 cards is pretty important here. So go ahead and keep this. We are on the draw, so that'll improve our chances of getting the shard we need.
yeah, basically the same thing here. We need as most cards as we can. So we will keep anything that has turn 1 play and turn 2 play. Damn it, Scriveners. Attack with our little running. And we have 2 choices here, and I am going for this one. The cross damage is important. He has no green. So we only have to fear an incantation.
We need is 1 wild and good to go, but
Yeah, we are the same with 1 ruby. But
as far it's looking in his favor.
the 1 ruby will...
He can easily win this game without ever drawing a ruby.
well,
Whereas we need a wild to do anything.
that's unfortunately not a ruby. Well played. I die with everything here. My deck is full of combat tricks, so... Unfortunately the Jamie is not online, but... Not that it will matter against his deck, but...
Yeah, there's no point in attacking here. Even though he was no resources open for any tricks, like there's no point. He just won't block.
Yeah,
Doing 1 damage to him won't, have any effect. So
He knows there's no crushing blow without Ruby, so he can block the running without a problem, but
that's game.
you kept that skeptic hand. I didn't even draw the fourth a Ruby either, so but I kept an aggressive 1 and 2.
Yeah, I needed the one wild shard.
I could have made the cast roll really big if I got the 1 Ruby.
I think my shards are 12 wild, 9 diamond, so chances were higher to draw into wild. And I just needed the one. So gonna go to game 2. So I'll play first.
Yep. The results are pretty sketchy on this deck, and you really want to keep a hand with both resources if you can, and try not to have to draw into any of your resources. But you sometimes cannot keep it. If it's playable, you can play 1 drops and 2 drops. Then you keep.
So to prevent what happened last time, we're good. Get rid of that. This hand is pretty terrible, but
So we'll keep this one. It's not super aggressive, but this card is really good on his deck. So not the best draw. But he can now go really wild with the extra resources. You're not too concerned about Sensei.
I feel like it's better to build up my board than to attack here for one. Especially if like I draw into an evolve or something. I feel like it could be better.
Although there's all other plays to us, I think I want to develop my board. You'll take the damage. Okay. Hmm. So you have some options here. He is far from fantastic, but I think this is the way I want to go. And he could also. Hmm. No, not great. This rule is not great, but we'll get rid of the.
Oh god. This is terrible.
Well, it's not terrible. You only lose the Kankiboni and one
Is
hopper.
it 2 troops?
The thing is, I cannot get the whole embrace ever with this card, but
So I had to block there.
one thing that is really nice with this deck is that you can pheromones the Poke Elemental. But we also wanted to get rid of the Kankiboni. He's putting on a clock.
So we skipped our second main phase there because we clicked too fast on the
Yeah, there's a book
best
right now.
priority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before the damage is resolved, you can actually pass your second main phase priority, which is super annoying. Fortunately, your guy is going to get blocked by everything. It's unfortunate, but you have a choice between having the speed on this guy or this one. I think we just incantation. Okay. So the good thing is he has nothing to trigger the incantation, which is fantastic.
Yeah, this deck doesn't really look forward to 3 Braves. It's not kind of our game plan to have 3 Howling Brave into play. Like, there's nothing we really need to cast with them. It's just there to get you into faster 4-drops or faster evolves and things like that.
Goes down to 9.
But when we have 5 resources, they really don't do anything.
Yeah, you really don't want to draw 5 resources ever. That's pretty
This
good.
is too late for anything, really.
Yep.
We're pretty much lost the game. Probably lost it when we played our 3rd resource with no action. It's a very terrible draws and no action in hand.
So we should attack with everything. See how he blocks. But we should get this one. Don't think too much about blocking.
Oh. What is? See what happens.
So crushing blood that. That. And that should be. The games are fast as we are both playing aggro. So shall we go to sideboards?
Yep, sideboard time. There we go. Alright. So, things I want to side in. Probably just add in these 3 repels. Just a way of defending against his aggressive attacks. I guess I'll add in Shield Trainer because burn could be a problem. It could help me get out of burn range of because he does have spot removal. That's probably all I really need. Like, I don't need evasion or anything like that against him. He doesn't like have that many ground troops. So as far as the main deck, sort of tough to say. I didn't really get to see what was felt bad in the matchup because I just never really got like any mediocre hands against him to actually like most of the games against him were extreme. Like wasn't able to play any of my cards, or I just got like nothing but Howling Brave. But I'm pretty sure I don't need Howling Brave in this matchup. Go ahead and put the Shield Trainers in place of the Braves. And Onslaught might be too slow here. So I'm going to put in 2 repels there. And then also take out a single Bucktooth Commander for the 3rd repel. And we'll go ahead and save that. And then we'll go ahead and go to Endormi for his sideboard.
Yeah, my sideboard is also more or less straightforward. We just want to have the extra range that the Falconios gets us, so we'll sideboard those 2, and we'll take 2 scouts. They are not fantastic in the matchup. The other considerations are the natural range for the incantation and the suppressive fire. So I may want to put an amount. I don't want to put the full 4, but I think I probably want 1 or 2 just to get him. I'm going to put 2 Cottontail Tronins for 2 natural rains. And Suppressive Fire is not going to be fantastic. He's probably going to have more than 2 blockers. So we'll just save this one and go to game 3. So Mantic is on the play again. And let's see, he decides to draw.
Pretty sure I always want to be on the play, but this is an okay hand. Gonna keep it. We do have both shard colors here, so
This hand is risky as hell. It's really, really risky. If we draw a ruby, it can be really, really good. But if we don't draw a ruby, we're a little bit screwed. I'll keep it. We're on draw, but just of us drawing ruby is not fantastic.
I feel like there's no reason to play this out yet, so I just pass the turn.
So that's the following out a ruby. Unfortunately. It also means that any resource helps us. We don't draw a ruby.
Go ahead and just sit here.
If we can get a ruby or a resource, well, not a resource, but that is something we can play. So we'll play Orchid until running.
He doesn't have any ruby yet, which is good.
I don't have any resources.
Very good. And I mean, he doesn't have any resources, but more importantly, he doesn't have the ruby. So. Yep. Hopefully, we don't get like wild growth here, but we'll see.
Yep, we'll attack here.
Definitely going to block the troop with rage before it gets out of control.
I will wild growth here.
There's the combat trick.
We get our second results, but unfortunately not ruby. It would have been much better if we had a ruby instead of wilder. This is going to be problematic, but not much we can do about it right now.
It's pretty terrible.
Going to repel that guy. Okay.
Just gonna get both of them.
Both of them. Okay. I think I do want to play this guy first. Still not fantastic.
Need A lot more troops here. It's a start. Gonna play the trainer we cited. It's helpful.
That's really, really problematic now.
Might as well play this out since we have the resources for it.
So, really, we cannot attack into that. So, just have to play this and hopefully we draw a ruby in the near future. This is going to be fantastic to try to finish the game, especially in combination with this, but we're still so far away from that. To get
Another one of those.
We'll play him, but still, we really need resources.
Need to draw some more gas here. That helps a little.
That's really good.
Got a long way to go still, but
I mean, my waste of winning this game right now is 1-2 punch, but I need resources for that, so.
you could double block if we attack. Go ahead and just attack for one here.
Yep. I'll have resources open, so. Not great.
We took some risk by doing that, but not very too much of a higher. The risk wasn't high enough that it wasn't worth it. Definitely worth just getting 2 damage in. So probably have to edit that out. I'm probably not attacking here. Just gonna pass it.
Ugh. So we'll just wait here again.
Yeah, these draws are killing me. I got 8 resources in a 21 resource deck. It's not good. And Dormy has 3. That's probably enough for him to do some terrible
Hallelujah!
things. Oh boy.
Hallelujah!
He's got his ruby.
So let's do some math now. Eh. Then. I think I want to wait 1 extra turn. We'll probably have to use this on his turn, but. That's the thing. I do think I have to kill this one. Other than that one. To give him form. To get back to 20 and do problematic stuff. So he can block 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 total. And we can pump or cast roll. I think I just want to attack with the Castrol here and not.
Hmm.
I don't spec him too bad.
If I do block with the Astral, I need to make sure I block with a lot of things because that thing can get pretty big. Block with all three. He has to play at least 2 spells, I think. Well, yeah. Actually, no. If it's a crushing blow, I'll put it out of range, so that's not even good.
You want to block with everything or not block with anything?
I think I just don't block it.
I think that's the
Because yeah,
best.
a single crushing blow puts it out of range of triple block. So I definitely don't want to use the 1/2s, the 1/1.
Yeah, I was fine with you block or you didn't.
It's getting out of hand fast. Oh, this really doesn't help us.
Both. So Royal Falconer goes really well with our. The Wall Growth will be the best draw here. That's not a Wall Growth though. I have to do the math here, but I think 112 a strike. Can block this guy, this guy, this guy. 4, 5, so 1. Another here, another here, another here, another here. He takes 4. 4, he takes at least 6, 12. He goes down to 1. I think it's worth it. And depending on how he blocks, he dies, so. Let's go with the Alpha Strike here.
We're taking 8 for sure, so see how we want to block.
I played last turn telegraph a little bit my hand, but
Hmm.
it is going to have so much value. Ridiculous blockers.
I think we need to block his 5 damage because we're getting pretty close to dying to combat trick. So, as much as I'd like to just trade with the ogre and keep one of the hoppers, couldn't block the troll there.
I think that's probably game. But I think so. So he takes 1 from the Gastral, 5 for the block troops, another 12 for the from the flyers. Being able to pump 3 on 1 with the Falcon is really nice. We have 4 wild growths on, 4 crushing blows. That was basically the 1-2 punch I was talking about. So let's go again. So you're on the play again, right?
Yep.
Ugh.
So interesting. Sure.
I'll keep this one. This is far from great. It's really that's suddenly problematic. Hopefully we don't draw more reasons. Interesting. I'm going to get the second play running here. And just wait. Yeah, it's fun for fantastic in his deck, but
Alright, we'll be able to get some battle hoppers here.
yep. Ugh. Now we are in deep trouble.
Good attack here.
I think I do want to kill that guy. Before it gets even out of control. Even more out of control. Okay. So if this guy is not fantastic, I'll go with developing my board a little bit more.
That's an interesting draw. Can play this guy out. Helps us a bit. Gonna attack the sensei.
I'll take it. That's far from a fantastic draw. We have two left in our deck and both of them. Great.
It would be nice to not draw these resources.
That's all a game. My only way of winning now is to get the Falconer, as I don't have enough pump to get through those. They have to trade pretty much all my board to kill one of those guys. It's totally not worth it, unfortunately. But next turn we are probably dead. So you for sure play this guy. And basically just wait. His last card in hand is a Runs of the Late or something like that. Pretty screwed. Probably is a Repel, but
There are lots more resources. Not as bad as they would usually be, seeing the circumstances, but still not the best. You can just threaten lethal here. He has to block. Probably chump blocking, but my guess.
so Star will have a burning that guy. After that we
Those are
go.
4/5s.
I'm going to trade with one of the... For one myself to kill one of the hoppers, but... That's what I need to do, I think. Not fantastic, but... Okay. That's really nice.
Best thing we can hope to draw are runs of the litter. Gives us 2 4/5 troops for 1.
I think I may need to attack. Seems not great. But I think I need to. I need to attack, unfortunately. Like with this guy.
He's just attacking us for 1 at the moment, so we just let that through. Just in case he has multiple enough pump spells to kill one of our hoppers. Rather have that on the offensive. Especially when his combat tricks are less effective when we are attacking it.
So we could jump block here, but I think I don't want to do it. This is really dangerous, but I think this is the play. So that's the reason why we attack with the crushing blow, just to put it in range so Gastro survives. Not pretty, but see what we gotta do.
Yeah, we skipped our second main again.
So I cannot attack with both. The chance of even having an evolve for a Puk-Tooth are quite high. Die. We probably want to attack. Thing is, the chance of him having repel are quite high. So yeah, I'll just stay back.
Well, we'll play that resource we forgot to play last turn and pass.
Okay. That's nice, but still not fantastic.
This is helpful. And play him.
Yep. He has one result away of making another 4-5. The a lot of trouble.
Come on, top deck.
Yeah, I wanted double deck too. Yeah, anything you draw is basically fine, because the results makes you another battle hopper, which are pretty nasty.
So we got a hopper. We'll go ahead and play that.
That's right.
So now he has to use another combat trick to be able to kill the 5/6. And also has to deal with the all these senseis are lethal now, so
Yep.
he has to block. He has to block or burn them. So
This is probably what we need to do. Not pretty. Really, it's not pretty. Because. Yep. This is hurting us a lot, but.
All right.
So he lost card in hand. It's 90% of the chance repel. That's quite nice.
So maybe just attack into him again. Force him to at least use cards in his hand.
There's really not much I can do here. There's no point of me doing this on one of his creatures, so it will just not matter.
Should we play that? 10 resources now in a 21 resource deck.
Yep. So we'll play our Fire Logger here. Of course we won't attack.
This probably should have been over, but we're just not drawing any relevant cards. Boy.
That's nasty.
I think I'd prefer runs to the litter. In all honesty. This is going to be jumped, I believe, unless he has like a wild growth.
Yeah, I could kill it, but not pretty. Yeah, I think I have to jump to give my the best chance because I know he drew that and his last card is repelled, so can at least jump for another block, another turn, and I give me draw to do something. That's definitely not it. It's probably GG. As this doesn't it doesn't pump the gas roll anymore. It's really me, not point here. We needed to have drawn a wild growth or another ruby aura, something like that. Which we didn't, so we'll jump here, but our chance of winning this game are super over. We had to draw something that turn, and our resource was definitely not it. You can jump for a couple more turns if we draw anything, but yeah, we now get the wild growth, unfortunately. We'll pump his guy and concede. If that was one turn early, we will have been fine, but we draw the resource instead. So on to game 4. Hand wasn't fantastic, and
This is game 4 or 5.
this one's on game 4.
Okay.
So after this one, we have another one.
Boy.
No. So
Well, it was. This is the last game was the second game with sideboards.
No, that was the first game with sideboard.
Because I remember you defeating me after I had played out Shield Trainers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this would be the last one.
Okay.
I have 0 resources.
The same as me. This kind of amazing. If he had a 1 resource, I'll keep it, but
This is where we asked for a friendly.
I think I have to keep this one, and it's fucking terrible. But well, not terrible, but and we need to draw resources. I don't want to go down to 5.
I'll go ahead and keep this. The draw.
So yeah, we want a ruby, and we want it now.
It's my ruby and I want it now.
Yep. So ruby, ruby, ruby. Nice. So I think I want to play this one. An attack now that he has no repulse. But the repel will hurt us a lot.
Well, we're dropping resources.
So I could kill that now, and I think I want to do it. Not fantastic, but it will let me attack for 5. Okay, that's an interesting one. I may want to do that. No, I'll do it pre-combat just to palm my Gastro. So we are hoping for no repels. That's what Gastro is. Pretty key to win this game. Ugh.
Let's see here. Good pass the turn with resources open.
Yep.
Could be a
Seems.
bluff, or it could be
Yeah.
I really want that Gastral dead.
So I think I just attack with this too. Because this makes
Yeah.
him keep 2 resources open every turn. So he can only has 1 to play with. Basically. Two steel, 2 open for repel. Hmm. So I'll attack with these ones.
See if I can trade here. Probably not. Probably combat trick.
So he may want to repel this one now. In response.
I feel like I do.
The chances of he having another repel are high. But there's really nothing we can do about it.
There's a second Gastral.
Yep. I should have played pre-combat, but
So we have another resource, which is good.
yep, both a bother. Expected.
You can keep 2 open. Don't attack yet.
Sure. Hmm. Fortunately, cannot do these 2 on the same turn. Which could be really, really good. Hmm. So now is do I want to attack with everything or not? They can repel the 5-5 guy. Can block there or block there. Be nasty. But if we force him to use the repel, we attack with this guy could also try to. This is hard. This turn also may decide how this goes, so boy, I'm a little bit hesitant. I think I'll only attack with that guy. See how he blocks.
So you can wild growth or crushing blow, or both. You can also burn. Does have 3 in hand.
Yep.
I think what I do is I offer the sensei since it's at least valuable to me at the moment.
Yeah, that was the block we didn't want to happen. So we'll let it go, unfortunately. So we just need here.
This is interesting.
So you get another bottle hopper. Incantation, okay. So far so good.
Do we get a burn in response? Nope.
Nope.
Do I need repel? I wonder if I really need to keep the resources open this turn. Pretty risky. Go ahead and wait. And we're definitely not attacking yet.
So I feel that this game is getting out of hand, so we probably have to attack next turn. Not great, not fancy, but I think that's what we need to do. And in order to do that, we have to kill that one. Respect a repel and something else. Basically, I mean some amount of blocking. He doesn't. He doesn't have repel here. He has to be really careful how he blocks. And if he wants to offer the Scrivener or not. As depending on my draws, it could be lethal. A crushing blow will be +4/+4/+4 to my creatures, so. So only blocking with these two will kill him. But if he blocks with 3 of them and I have a crushing blow, he survives. So he's just going through the permutation. If I have a burn in response as the crushing, the cross also works like that, so. So I'll guide you through your thought process, Mantic. Hmm. Interesting. So I'm going to wallgrow that and see if he runs a response and repels that guy. If not, we get rid of the Scrivener, which is totally fine for us. And we'll just play the Rascal, which was a Feralogre. So he was bluffing the repel. It was possible. Yeah, I knew it was possible, but you used the repel on a cheap creature. What did you kill? A Pyromancer? No, you wanted to save...
Pyromancer.
No, what's yeah, the Pyromancer to save the Sensei?
Yep. And GG's.
Yeah, I just felt that that was a turn we just couldn't play around the repel anymore. And try to, if it was a bluff, we'd probably win the game. And if not, maybe with the he blocks incorrectly. Well, not incorrectly because there's so many stuff I can have. So he blocks. He just gets stuff incorrectly from your hand, and we get to get the Scrivener. So that was game 5.
Yep. That's it.
So how do you feel about the decks and the matchup?
I feel like you definitely have the upper hand, especially your deck running burn. Also the fact that you ran naturalize gave you a big upper hand.
Yeah, that was on the sideboard.
From the sideboard. Yeah. I didn't have too many sideboard. I think I just had the repels and like I felt the shield guard trainer were like the only things I could side in against you, but they weren't really. I didn't really have anything specific for a gas troll matchup. For like a Skarn type deck. Do you have Skarn in that deck?
No, I don't have a Skarn.
Okay.
It felt like it's a deck that can go with a Skarn.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely one of those Kindle Skarn type decks.
Yeah, I just instead of going with the Skarn deck, which is usually with more Crystal Cannon, with less creatures and just more spells, I went for a big array of creatures. But I do think that Skarn here will be really good, especially because Cotton Trail running. We're playing a Cotton Trail running in addition to Castrol and Savage Raiders, due to the 12 1 drops with 2 power in a way, kind of package. But that could get replaced by Skarn, as the first Cotton Tail running on turn 1 is fantastic. Cotton Tail running later is not great.
I felt like I didn't get any like we did some playtesting earlier, and I had some pretty insane opening plays. It felt like I didn't get any any of those really good. Like I used up all my good like openings or something. Like I just was getting pretty unlucky with my opening draws. Because there were games that we were playing where I played against other people as well earlier in the day where I could get a turn 1 would be Spring Litter, turn 2 would be an incantation, and then on turn 3 I'd drop like double Scrivener and create a token and just attack for huge amounts of damage and just cause people to concede on turn 3 or 4. I didn't really get any of that. Like for some reason I kept getting a lot of like the one game I won I was like with multiple Oaths of Valor, and I'm only running the 3, so it's not kind of unusual. And then the unusual thing of like getting multiple Braves and things of that nature, kind of like awkward.
Yeah, I think one of the things is that your deck works worse when you don't draw because your deck is more combo based in a way, or more synergy based. That you have
it is, and then there's only 4 Scrivener. Really is my only life gain outlets. And so I thought about doing some changes to the deck. It's possible that I could add um, some more life gain creatures. I'd have to lose some of the shin hairs, but like I could add in things like the witch or actually I was running Pegasus in the side for matchups where I felt like there would be a lot of ground troops, like maybe a mirror type matchup where I wanted to get some sort of evasion troop out, and Pegasus is pretty good.
Yeah.
It has that life gain, another life gain trigger on it. Um, it definitely work. I do like how explosive it can be if you get a really good opening.
Yeah. The thing I think that you may want to change out the senseis, as they really don't. They provide a little bit of smoother draws, but I don't think that 2 resources for that is a little bit too high of a cost for your deck. Maybe you
That's
can
possible.
swap your those slotters, because also you're not going to buff them only with Evolve and the Booktooth. It's not like they're going to get huge. Your plan is to with the Battle Hoppers anyway. So
Yeah, definitely need to get another Oath of Valor, and I felt like the senseis I needed just so I could draw on to um, have a troops and be able to draw on to resources. Because it is a troop that triggers Scrivener, and it does work with Evolve, and I do need some way to get to my resources as I'm only running 21. And that was really unusual that I had so many resources in our games.
yeah.
Um, like a lot of the games, it seemed like I had 5 or 6 where
How
it doesn't
many
seem like I should
resources?
be.
Yeah,
Huh?
how many resources you kept on hand, like on your opening hands? Because I usually kept like 1 resource hands.
Um, Actually, I was keeping like 4 resource hands, which is unusual to get. But I'm like, what are the chances that I'm going to get uh, this many resources in a deck of 21? I felt like the chances of me drawing in more uh, non-resource cards were pretty high, um, which wasn't the case. I just kept drawing into long runs of resources. Um, um, in the games where we played earlier, I was keeping a lot of sketchy 1 resource hands and winning those games. So
Yeah.
maybe it is better to mulligan down to 1 resource, and just hope to draw the second. And that also makes the Braves better. That's kind of like another reason why the Braves are in there, is because they're a troop slash resource for the deck. And against you, I might not have done it so much, but against anyone else, like if I didn't think their deck was running like Burns, and they had more expensive removal like Murder or something, I'd be more willing to mulligan, knowing that I can get a resource out of a troop, which is better for the deck. Having something that having basically troops instead of resources.
I agree. That's all the bonus removal in my deck on the main deck. On the sideboard, I have the turbulence for just the good stuff like Vampire Kings and Angel of Dawn, which are basically lights out. And I just try to kill the troops through combat tricks, so I have a lot of them. And the scouts weren't fantastic in our matchup, as he was playing wild with so many blockers.
I was kind of wondering why they were still in the deck during the
Yeah, because
sideboard game.
I just think they were okay with the crushing blow to get them, and I just didn't want to. I just didn't sideboard that many cards, and I just sideboarded in two Nature's Reigns and 2 Falconeers.
Uh huh.
So I just kept two. I just sideboarded two scouts for 2 Falconeers, and instead of sideboarding the other two scouts, I sideboarded 2 Cottontail Ronins. And as I said before, the first one is fantastic. The ones after though that are not great. And because at least the scout can block and potentially trade with something.
Yeah.
And also, yes, the Ronin is just not going to connect a lot with his deck, as he can just jump block, especially if he has something like Ankubani or that he's just going to be there. But yeah, there was an option of going with the scout with haste, because the package of the deck can swap between the sideboard and the main deck. So I have another Soviet troop on the side. So you can swap those gems around and go with haste if you think they are better for the deck, and give the evasion on the sideboard. Anything else you want to say, Mantic?
Oh, nope, that's it.
Well, thanks
And,
for watching.
yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Please subscribe. Also, keep the information for the article and or our Twitch channels on the description below. And there's probably also going to be a giveaway with this article, so you only have to comment on the Hextechs forums. Should be a link also in the description. So yeah,
Yep.
that's
Please
it.
leave comments on the forums. Give us some feedback.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And we give you prizes, so
Yeah, a draft
win-win.
ticket with 3 packs. So it seems really good.
Seems good. All right.
Bye.
Bye.